And now I have more books on my TBR in 2024 than when I filmed this at the end of 2023. Thank you, Christmas. I'm gonna do the whole thing because this is my physical TBR going into 2024. I already knocked off 2 books. When I'm filming this, it's the 5th, I think. I've already knocked 2 books off my TBR, which is more than I have read in months, which is, it wasn't a slump. I was in my senior year of college, working full-time, didn't have the time to read. Now that I graduated, this is all gonna change, hopefully, especially this romance pile, because I've been in a romance mood as opposed to fantasy. I'm gonna be coming at you guys with a ton of reading content now, hopefully. And to start off the year, we are going to go through my entire physical TBR, and I feel like this will be great to look back on later this year and see if I shrunk it or it expanded.
1, 2, 3.
We are gonna start with thrillers because unless I get a thriller mood, this TBR pile has not grown nor shrunk. I think I maybe read a singular thriller last year. Then go fantasy, and then romance / literary fiction, literary nonfiction, because I do have some nonfiction books. Well, I have a singular nonfiction book in here, but let's get thriller, mystery, horror, all that fun stuff out of the way. First pile here, I have The Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James. I'm not going to give reasons why I haven't read them, although it's a hardback, and if you're not new here, you know I hate hardbacks. The Cousins by Karen M. McManus and You'll Be the Death of Me. One of Us is Lying. I also have the hardcover of this, and I bought the paperback convinced that's what would make me read it, and I never did. For Your Own Good by Samantha Downing. This is very similar to The Maidens, I've heard, and I have been wanting to read this so much, and this has been on my TBR for at least a year and a half now. They're Watching You by Chelsea Icasso. I don't know. This was a random pickup at Target. 70 pages in and never picked back up. Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney. There's Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins. This has actually been on my shelf for 3 years. I don't know. The Guest List by Lucy Foley. This was a DNF of 2022 and never picked back up. It was a soft DNF, but I definitely have to listen to it through audiobook because there's so many perspectives. Young Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. I never got past like 10 pages, and I refuse to read this book because there's some kind of bad juju in it that every time I read it, my ex always comes back, like messages me or Snapchats me or something without fail every single time I pick up this book. So logically, I just don't pick up the book. And I have The Island, The Lake, and The Fear, all by Natasha Preston. I got about halfway through The Fear and just never finished it. The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. I know I need to take the stickers off of all of these guys. I'm very surprised I haven't picked this one up, honestly. Have The Murder Game by Carrie Doyle. No clue what this is about. And look at that. Two Can Keep a Secret by Karen M. McManus. You would think that I love that author. Nope. Never read her. Have Kingdom of the Wicked trilogy. So it's Kingdom of the Wicked, Kingdom of the Cursed, and Kingdom of the Feared. I have The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I do want to read that, but I know R.F. Kuang writes kind of higher fantasy. I need to make sure I'm in the mood for that. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I don't know if this is ever going to actually get read. I do want to own the entire series, but I love the movies. So this was just kind of like a get it for my shelf kind of book. And then Glint by Raven Kennedy, the second book in the Played a Prisoner series. The font is like, and layout of these are very, very weird. They are the stiffest paperbacks I've ever felt, and they're also like $20. Every year I'm trying to pick out, oh my God, I forgot more, Jesus Christ. Given my 3-month hiatus of no reason, no reading. So I am left with Tower of Dawn, Empire Storms, the tandem read. I did read a little bit of them, not too much, and then obviously Kingdom of Ash. And then to tackle the series that I want to tackle in 2024, I missed it 2023. Let me put these in order. Recommended reading order by Cassandra Clare, which entails kind of bouncing around from series to series, which is why I waited so long to read it, because I wanted to own all of them. And my lovely, lovely boyfriend's mother got me 2 box sets, which allows me to start reading this, and then the Last Hours box set comes out the end of January, I think, the paperbacks, so that's brilliant. And that is the Shadowhunter universe. So I did already read City of Bones earlier this week, so it leaves me with City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, and City of Heavenly Fire as far as the Mortal Instruments series goes. And I'm Infernal Devices series, which is Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, and Clockwork Princess. Stunning covers. I have Dark Artifices, which is Lady Midnight, Lord of Shadows, and my favorite cover out of the entire Shadowhunter universe so far, Queen of Air and Darkness. Look how beautiful that is. Another trilogy, which is, I guess, Renegades, The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Myers. We have Renegades, Arch Enemies, and Supernova. Rach reads and Sarah Crowley rave about these. I bought these just when Sarah Crowley had read the first one, and I was like, I'm sold. I loved reading Cinder when I was younger, and I wanted to pick up another series by her. And I want to read Cinder again at some point too, because that was like my middle school core. Another trilogy. We have the Serpent and Dove trilogy, which is Serpent and Dove, Blood and Honey, and then Gods and Monsters. Because I haven't finished Throne of Glass, these babies are still sitting on my shelf. House of Earth and Blood and House of Sky and Breath. House of Sky and Breath. This Lone Soldier right here. I have Finale by Stephanie Garber. I did read Carval and Legendary at the end of 2023. I did manage to do those ones. This is one of the series that has been sitting on my shelf since I got Serpent and Dove, so almost a year now. I have gladly, I can say, for the most part, gotten out of the habit of buying the entire series and sticking to buying like just the first one or the first 2 until I know if I like it. So we are left with Finale. I didn't really like Legendary that much, so I'm not in a rush to get into this, but it would be really nice to finish this and knock a series off super early in 2024. This is my prize baby. This is not gonna last on my TBR past February probably if it doesn't get read this month. I got Powerless by Lauren Roberts from my lovely grandparents. I am so excited to read this. It's the paperback copy too. It's me picking up only the first book in a series, These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. I've heard such good things about her as a fantasy writer, and Rach reads absolutely loves her writing, so wanted to give it a try. I have the Darker Shades of Magic, so Vicious and Vengeful by V.E. Schwab. I have King of Battle and Blood and Queen of Myths and Monsters by Scarlett St. Clair. This is the random mystery book I was telling you about. I have 12, which is the novella at the end of Bad Blood in the Natural series. It is, if you have the paperback copy, if you didn't know, it is at the end of the book. It's like a little epilogue novella. That'll get read eventually. I have some Carissa Broadbent. I did read Serpent and the Wings of Night in 2023. So I have 6 Scorched Roses, Ashes in the Star-Cursed King, and then I have the first book in the War of Lost Heart series, which is Daughter of No Worlds, Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. No, I have not read this yet. Look at my beat up sprayed edge copy I got from the pre-order. No reason why I haven't picked this up yet. Like I said, I just haven't been in a fantasy mood, which I don't think will last long. I think I'll get tired of romance very quickly, so. Piles. Yeah. Okay, these aren't really in any specific order. So, this could be romance, this could be literary fiction, this could be historical fiction, this could be historical nonfiction. First one, Faking with Benefits, Lily Gold. Why choose New Girl-esque vibe. This is one of the newest books on my shelves. 7 Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I'm currently in the middle of a 24-hour readathon, so this is a part of it and will get read eventually. Rachel Van Dyken, Godparent Trap. This went not viral, but like kind of blew up a little bit, like I guess springtime. Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. I've been in the middle of this for about a year and a half, but I loved the XX. And I was loving this. I just never picked it back up. Every Summer After and Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. I heard really good things about Every Summer After, not very good things about Meet Me at the Lake, so maybe this summer. My dark romance shelf we're encountering Don't judge me. Do not judge me. Curiosity got the best of me. I have Credence by Penelope Douglas. Then I have the first book in the Brutal Birthright series, so Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. It's the illustrated edition. I learned the hard way. Illustrated edition does not mean just the cover. Have There Are No Saints and There Is No Devil by Sophie Lark. Sinner and Saint by Miss Sierra Simone. Love these covers. People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I'm an Emily Henry beach read stan. I started People We Meet on Vacation so many times and just couldn't get into it. Hopefully this will be the year that she gets read. Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. I'm very excited to read this around Valentine's Day. I've already been getting in the Valentine's Day mood. I feel like that's why I've been in a romance mood, is I don't know. Also have Hook, Line, and Sinker. I always forget that I had not read that book, but I loved it happen one summer when I read it. Something Wilder by Christina Lauren. And My Favorite Half Night Stand by Christina Lauren. Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I will say I'm very proud that this is my only unread TJR book on my shelf. And then Book Lovers, which will hopefully also be read because it's on my TBR for my 24-hour readathon. The Song of Achilles, I did try to start reading this and I feel like I didn't have the brain power at the time, by Madeline Miller. If You've Been With Me by Laura Nellen. I was gonna buddy read this with my best friend. I didn't have time to read. She did. She read it and said it was so I haven't really been influenced to pick it up. Your History by Donna Tartt. I would love to read this year, just to read like a little classic. But yeah, I don't know if you can tell how tiny that font is. My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. I actually started reading this probably a year ago and was enjoying it. I got like maybe like 30 pages in and just picked something else back up. It was going to be for a reading vlog, but Life by I don't know how to say that author's name. I don't need to say anything about this. That's just pain. That probably absolutely no one has heard about. The Dark Queens by Shelley Puhak. This book my boyfriend actually picked up for me when we saw it at the Maryland Renaissance Fair. It is, I want to say, historical nonfiction. It is following these two queen sisters, I think they are. What they go through war-wise, politics-wise, everything like that. But the whole concept of this book is learning about these queens that a lot of shows are inspired by, like Cersei from Game of Thrones, a couple of Shakespeare characters. We have the Lucy Score pile. I went on a binge of collecting Lucy Score books earlier this year and I never read a single one of them, so I don't know why I did that. So we have Things We Never Got Over, Things We Hide from the Light by Thread, and Rock Bottom Girl, You're Mine, and Maggie Moves On. A little cute little dog. And we have a bunch of more miscellaneous romances. I picked this up while on vacation in Outer Banks, thinking I was going to read it, and ended up reading Queen of Shadows instead. That is Summer Reading by Jen McKinley. It just reminded me of beach read. When in Rome by Sarah Adams. I've actually been in the middle of the audiobook for months now, and I think I only have an hour and a half. No, I think I have like 3 hours left in the audiobook. So she'll get finished eventually. I mean, I have no complaints. Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. Don't ask why I haven't read this yet. I feel like I started it and I was like, this is too much like the Duff that I can't get past the fact that it's like a replica of the Duff down to like the name of the characters. One of these days I'll read it. Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I actually ordered Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez too, so hopefully me owning another one of her books gives me the motivation to pick up the one I already had. Seen Larry rave kinda about Megan Quinn. She raves about some books, doesn't like some others, and I wanted to give her a try myself, and this one series, I don't know the name of it, got brand new covers and they are just to die for. Give me such spring Valentine's Day vibes, so I had to pick them up, and that is a Not So Meet Cute and So Not Meant to Be. These are all romance series, I think. Okay. First we have Kiss the Sky and Hot House Flower, the 4th and 5th book in the Addicted Callaway series. I also have Thrive, Feel the Fire, and Addicted After All coming in the mail. So up to Kiss the Sky though. I have King of Wrath by Anna Huang. Randomly, don't think I'm ever going to pick up this book. I think I just outgrew Anna Huang's writing, which leads me to Twisted Hate and Twisted Lies, both of which have been on my TBR since 2022. Magnolia Parks, Daisy Hate, Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home, and Daisy Hates the Great Undoing. All in the old covers, and I am getting the 5th book and the next Magnolia Parks, and whenever she releases Daisy Hates, and I'm pretty sure they're only coming out in the new covers, and it upsets me greatly, and I don't want to talk about it, honestly. I have The Final Offer by Lauren Asher. I've also been like 30% through this book since June. Wildfire by Hannah Grace. Reckless and Hopeless by Elsie Silver. I love my girl Elsie Silver, and I love, see, so Hastings needs to learn. When Hopeless was announced and released, there were already new covers of the entire Chestnut Springs series. What did Miss Elsie Silver do? She released it in the old cover and the new cover, but release it in the old cover for a limited amount of time. I think that's what Jessa Hastings needs to do, because I can't have incomplete series like that, because she's going to make me have to re-buy the entire Magnolia Park series, just like I'm doing with The Addicted Callaway. I have to get the first 3 in the new covers because they don't line up. Finally, we're on the last 2 books, and I saved the 2 chunkiest for last. We have Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. I could not tell you when in my lifetime I'm ever going to pick up this book, because it is huge for a romance, and I am not a slow burn girly. And the font is quite literally smaller than Bible pages, and this is also thicker than a Bible. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so excited to start this. I'm going to be reading it on my Kindle. This is a bind up of 3 books, and that is the Grip Trilogy by Kennedy Ryan, which is Flow, which I believe is a novella, Grip, and Still. Or maybe these are 3 just regular books, and then there is a novella before the trilogy, something like that. But this is those 3 all bound into one. I will be reading it on my Kindle because this is a huge book. But that is it for today's video, and hopefully you guys stick around. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and subscribe down below if you want to see me go through this entire TBR. I think I'm gonna start doing a TBR takedown kinda-esque video every month. A week I knock off 2 or 3 books on my TBR slowly that I just pick out of a jar, so that way I'm forced to read books that I may not ever touch. So fun. I have a lot of reading to do. Now, all of these books are not going to be read this year. That is physically impossible. My reading goal is 60 books. I'm surrounded by a lot more than 60 books, but however many books you read or you have on your, however many unread books you have on your shelf does not define you as a reader. Please let that be known. I just have a spending problem, and I love collecting books, and when I move out, I want to be able to have my own library, and this has that's my justification for all of this. And yeah, no matter if you read a book a year, or if you read 100 books a year, or 200 books a year, you are a reader, and what you pick up, I hope you enjoy, and I hope that 2024 is an amazing reading year for everyone, myself included. I could really use a good reading year, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
1, 2, 3.
Does someone want to come put these books back for me? Should I just leave them here? No, leave them here. I need to pay someone to put all these back. How about that?